Hello everyone, my name is Lacey, this is Lieutenant Dan, and you are watching Reptiles. It's after the holidays, folks. It's a new year and a new video for you. So today's topic has been recommended to me by my friend Sam over at Earthbound Misfits. Top tier. If you've checked me out, go check him out. He's fantastic and just a really chill, cool dude. So do that. So the other day, Sam sent me a message saying, "Hey, you should talk about the Cropan's boa." And I was like, "What's a Cropan's boa?" And I was looking into it. They have the Latin name Corallus cropanii. And again, this over the head wasn't ringing any bells. So I start looking into it, right? And when I tell you, this is one of the rarest, if not the rarest snake in the world, it's kind of crazy. When I started looking into it, I realized I think I had heard of this snake before, because this snake has only ever been seen twice. Like a living specimen has only been seen twice. This species was documented near the Atlantic forest around Sao Paulo, Brazil. And the first time it was discovered, mostly from like dead specimens, but one live male specimen was in 1953. Crazy, right? 1953 near Sao Paulo, Brazil. And the snake, since 1953, hadn't been seen again until 2017. It took 64 years for anyone to see another one alive, right? To see another Cropan's boa. Insane, right? So researchers from the Museum of Zoology of the University of Sao Paulo had been doing outreach in the communities around Sao Paulo, about educating them about snakes and about reptiles and how they're very important for the environment and that they shouldn't kill these snakes. So in 2017, a female was found near Sao Paulo, and initially the people who found this snake, they were gonna kill it. But people who had interacted with the Museum of Zoology and had been part of that outreach or had been affected by that outreach stopped the guy from killing the boa, and they ended up collecting her and taking her to the University of Zoology, or University of Sao Paulo Museum of Zoology. And to their delight, they found that this snake was a female Cropan's boa, the first seen in 64 years. That's like older than my dad. Like, insane that people have gone entire lifetimes without ever having found this boa in the wild. So they bring her in. This boa was about 5.5 feet long and weighed about 3 pounds. So long and skinny, so probably more of an arboreal type snake. So living up in the trees, an arboreal kind of boa. And they were like, she was described as kind of olive brown in color with like these kind of dark spots running along the length of her body. And so cool. So there's not much known about the behavior of these snakes in the wild, considering, again, it's been 64 years. So there's nothing really known about the behavior of these snakes besides they're really hard to find. They live in like the same 116 square mile area of the Atlantic forest around Sao Paulo, and they're really hard to find. That's what we know. And that they're not extinct, which is cool. And so what they did with this female snake was they took her, they measured her, did testing, took samples, all these things, and then they fixed her with a radio telemetry tracker and released her back where she was found so that they might be able to study the movements of the Cropan's boa in the wild, since, we haven't done that because we can't find them. So they released her back in the wild. This was in 2017. And it's really, I had such a hard time finding information about this more than the general gist of what I just told you. because, again, as I've said numerous times, the first time this snake has been seen in 64 years, since the 50s. And so the limited sources that there are, they all say the same general things. But this is considered an endangered species simply because they live in a very, very limited range. Again, 116 square miles in the Atlantic forest around Sao Paulo, Brazil. And because that is one of the factors that makes them so endangered, because these wild spaces are being, kind of ruined by humanity. Good job, team. And they need to be protected, as well as all the animals in these natural spaces and the natural spaces themselves, because they are found in a single environment. We have what we have, and that is it. We do not get do-overs. So Cropan boas, we do not have them in captivity. We do not have anything besides the samples that we have gotten just recently in 2017. And there haven't really been papers since then that I have been able to access to find out more, like how the radio telemetry is going. But it is so cool. So any of the pictures that you see in this video are all of that single female specimen found in 2017. She is the only member of the species we have photos of, to my knowledge. I don't think they have photos of the deceased specimens from the 50s or the male specimen that was found in the 50s. But how cool is that? Like, no matter how much the world is explored, it seems like the golden age of exploration kind of took away the new lands and the new wilds, and there's nothing left to find. But that's not true. There's still plenty left to discover and plenty left to find, especially in the deep forests of South America. But we have to do that responsibly. We have to take care of the environment so it's there for us to discover, so the creatures are there for us to find and document and learn about. So, a short video today, but I really wanted to tell you about the Cropan boa, because how cool is that? Thank you, Sam, for the fantastic video idea. And until next time, friends, never stop learning, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste. See ya!